Welcome back. Ay, caramba. Caroline Gray is taking us on a trip to Mexico today, so have a lovely day. Let's go.
All right, we are making beef tacos this morning. Good morning, Caroline.
Good morning.
Taste of Mexico.
Taste of Mexico. Yeah, so we're doing barbacoa beef. So this is the kind of beef, if you go to any, most, say, burrito kind of places, this is the style that they're going to be using. It's slow-cooked beef, really heavily spiced. So it's great. Slow cook thing, throw it all in one pat and you're ready to go.
Does barbacoa refer to the type of cooking or the cut of meat?
It refers to the type of cooking.
Because I was wondering what part of a cow is the barbacoa from.
So the cut of meat we're using, I'm using chuck here, so it's a nice, like, that activated something there, yeah. It's a nice, it's really fatty, and you just want a lot of, like, fat going through it to marble so that when you do slow cook it, it stays nice and tender. So you don't want, like, a lean cut or anything for this.
Okay, it's not something, am I right in saying this, that you hear much of?
Chuck?
Chuck, in Ireland.
Most good burgers, if you go to a good burger joint,
Chuck meat.
the beef will be chuck beef that's minced, am I right?
Yeah.
80-20.
Exactly, because it does have that high fat content, so it's not something that you would just kind of throw in a pan and serve straight away, but it's used for burgers a lot and dishes like this. So it's great for, like, pot roast or stew.
Low and slow, baby.
Low and slow, but we're starting it high and fast. So
you're gonna get color on there.
Really high heat. These are just chopped into kind of smaller chunks. So this is a really high heat pan, just a bit of oil in there. Season it up, but the style of barbacoa, what makes barbacoa is usually a combination of, like, cumin, coriander, chipotle, and bay leaves. So those kind of all merge together, and you just want to get, like, a nice sear on the meat first, so it gets kind of that nice crust.
Okay.
So you want to leave it for a few minutes there, just kind of get, like, a little bit of a crust, but we can kind of...
And we can settle the pronunciation debate that raged in our office yesterday. Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Not chipotle. Chipotle.
Who's saying chipotle?
Not I.
Yeah. He was like, not me.
The
Wasn't me.
ignorant ones.
Yeah. Chipotle. So chipotle is just... it's a pepper, so it's like a hot pepper, but it's often kind of set in adobo sauce. So this is it. So it's really smoky. It is a bit spicy, but it's more the smoky factor that you get when you use chipotle.
Oh, wow.
Smells like a really, really good barbecue sauce.
It's a barbecue sauce.
Totally, yeah.
So how hot are we going?
So not too hot, but that said, we kind of have some sour cream here. So the elements of spice that we're going to get into this are going to be, I have some chopped red chili and then the chipotle peppers. Okay. So again, so this is just kind of searing off. You can kind of get that, like, nice, really brown crust on it.
Smell.
This, yeah. I mean, there's, beef and seasoning. So to the pan, and, like, this is where it couldn't be easier. Once you kind of have the beef seared off and ready to go, I have some seared from earlier, chuck it back in, and then you just add all your other elements to the pot, let it cook for a few hours, and then you're ready to go. So we have beef, well, actually, I'm gonna throw the other meat back into the pan.
Okay.
So this is, so you could do this actually for a few minutes on each side, just get it as charred as you can, because, again, the beauty of this dish is there's really no messing it up.
No.
So,
foolproof.
Beef back into the pan. Beef stock.
Lovely.
To that. So you just want the stock to come about halfway up the sides of it.
So you're braising this.
So you're braising it, exactly. Okay. Garlic. Bit of heat from chopped red chili. And then the spices we have going on, we have a few teaspoons of cumin here. Another couple teaspoons of dried coriander. And then bay leaves give a great flavor. So these are just dried bay leaves. You just, chuck them right into the pot. You're going to take those out before you shred it and cook it. So we're going to add the juice of a lime.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So again, these are all kind of big flavors if you were just going to be, serving something up straight away. But because it cooks nice and slow, they get to merge and they kind of mellow out a bit too. So just add those chipotle peppers straight into the pot.
And the chipotle peppers are widely available, aren't they?
They're, I wouldn't say widely available, but you can find them. You can find them like that in the sauce, or you can find them dried, and you just have to reconstitute them in a bit of hot water. Then this is just a bit of cider vinegar.
Nice.
What's that going to do?
So it just adds a little bit of acidity to it. So you're going to have, it's going to be really rich from the meat that you're using. You're going to get spice from the peppers. And then the vinegar, it's always just good to have kind of that taste.
Little zing.
A little bit of a zing. So that's just going to cook away.
You're going to cook that in the oven at a low temperature, about 150-ish?
Yeah, I'd say like Probably more like 130, 140.
Okay.
Yeah, you
For
can
how
go up to
long?
150.
long as you want.
About as long as you want. I'd say easy 4 hours anyway. This could even just stay right on the hob if you had like a nice heavy dish like that, or if you wanted to sear it off in like a pan, transfer it to a slow cooker, and then what you're going to get is
this
this
bad
beauty.
boy.
Yes.
It's already kind of shredding. And
It's total, yeah. So it's definitely falling apart already in here, and you can see like those chunks of beef that we were working with before. I mean, they just totally fall right apart when you take them out and add them to your tacos.
Yes.
So you're going to shred it in the pot, or you're going to shred it on the? Oh, yeah.
Well, we can. Do you know what? Yeah, let's shred it in the pot because it's nice to kind of keep the juices in there. So.
you ever feel yourself kind of like regressing to a caveman? Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just want to tear into it with your hands.
Yeah.
Smell is gorgeous. You can smell that little hint of cider vinegar.
And this is where, like, again, you can just kind of see how tender it is. It just totally falls apart. And that's exactly why you want to be using a meat or a beef, say, with a high fat content.
Yeah.
Because if this was like a loin or something quite lean,
Eating leather, are you?
yeah, it would
Yeah.
just be very dry.
And we don't want that.
And we don't want that. That's not the tacos we're going for. So yeah, so just
So
shred,
you made a
shred,
couple
shred.
little side dishes then to go with your tacos. here.
Exactly. Yeah. So you kind of just get all your fixins. You can have, like, you have rice, some homemade guac, salsa, sour cream, bit of coriander. Traditionally, these are served in corn tortilla with
Right,
fresh
I'll be
coriander
manly.
and
I'm
onion.
going to make you your taco. What do you want in the
thanks,
chocolate?
Manny. I want everything.
You want a bit of guacamole?
Yes, please.
Okay, and you want a bit
So
of...
we've got some spice rice.
Is that like a jambalaya rice or something?
Yeah. So it's just basically rice. That's kind of rice is super easy to cook. All you do is just add a bit of chicken stock and salsa.
Bit of salsa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give you a bit of everything here.
You
right?
can buy it in
Bit
a
of pinch of
microwavable
coriander.
packet.
You can also buy it in a
Yeah.
microwavable pack. Yeah.
Oh, yes,
I'm
please.
gonna
Love
go
coriander.
First some of the beef.
All right.
If we were in Mexico, would we call this cilantro?
They
Cilantro.
would
Just in
call it.
America.
They would call it cilantro. Yeah.
Okay, well,
so
we'll
it comes
call
from
it
the
cilantro.
coriander seed, but they would be calling it cilantro.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's
Hubba,
that?
hubba.
Yeah.
Right, Chumpflet. Off you go.
Oh, I got to do
There's
the
a shower outside.
The messy, yeah.
Fab.
Could be sweating after this.
Yeah.
You get the taste test from him.
There you go.
Beautiful.
And so that's the thing. So yeah.
Wow.
So this is the nice thing is like you can cook this beef up once and then you could save it for burrito bowls, salads.
Yeah.
You could do a twist on kind of like a pulled pork sandwich and just serve this in a bun with a bit of maybe spiced barbecue sauce.
Taste that beef as soon as you can, Simon, because you might find better words to describe it than I am. That is just
Caroline, thanks a million. That looks
Anytime.
amazing.
so flavoursome. You can find Caroline's recipe
lovely.
up
No
on our
problems.
website, and of course you can check out the current issue of Easy Food magazine, and it is easy.
It's so
It is
easy.
easy. It's
Can't go
absolutely
wrong.
gorgeous.
Now,